Hello, everyone, and welcome to Isaac News Today, where we are here to answer your questions and share some fun facts with y'all. So, I'm very excited. Let's get right into it, you guys, with our newsroom fun fact. So, our fun fact is about this guy. Oh, Andrew says he's the first to comment. You are, good sir. Thank you for being here. So, our source of the day is the nobelprize.org and is about this handsome gentleman. And his name is, the prize itself was named after Alfred Nobel. And since it's, the Nobel Peace Prize and everything like that, I was curious what his life's work was. So I went to nobelprize.org, and he was known for inventing dynamite. Alfred Nobel invented dynamite, people. Anyway, but he also had 355 other patents, but he's most known for dynamite, and he set aside, oh gosh, I think it was like $26 million, which in today's money is like over 300 million. It's crazy how inflation works. But yeah, so Dr. Alfred, Peace Prize was invented by the guy who came up with dynamite. God bless him. All right. So guys, welcome to the dojo. Let's get right into it with your questions of the day. Also, just in case, I want to make sure y'all can hear me right. Everything's okay. Gonna take that as a yes. Anina says she just heard about Dr. Alfred. Yes, I was surprised too. I don't know. When it comes to the fun facts, I'm like, what do I want to know about today? And then I'll just Google something random, and it works. Okay, so first up from Calm Down Bonkabin, welcome to the show. They say, love your advice. Curious why you use Google instead of DuckDuckGo or any other. Thanks. I have no idea what DuckDuckGo is, Bonkabin. Thank you for asking, but Google is what I'm used to, and that's what I've used when I worked at Chick-fil-A for presentations, and so it's what I'm comfortable with. So that's the best I got right there. But do any of y'all use DuckDuckGo? Because I've never heard of that. What is it? And Andrew says the fun fact was a good fact, and it was fun. Thank you. That's the point of it. Appreciate it. So, from Danka Schoen, should I start a GoFundMe to get a pet dolphin? If so, would you contribute to it, or was that just for Andrew? Danka. It was not just for Andrew. I fully support anyone having a pet dolphin as long as they can properly take care of it. GoFundMe's almost anyone would pay into, so I would say go for it, see what happens. Just make sure you can treat a dolphin well, because they deserve nothing but happiness. They beat up sharks, y'all. I love that. Oh, Kimberly says that she does use DuckDuckGo, I think, and Lorene says occasionally. Well, thank you. Appreciate the input, guys. So, from Hey, love the show and advice each week. Love that name. That's awesome. Are 20-page research papers useless? See, this is a question I think we all ask ourselves. I have yet to read in full a 20-page research paper, but I don't think they're useless. Rhonda says she thought Jimmy Walker invented dynamite. Nope. It was Alfred Nobel, apparently, according to the Nobel Peace Prize. He probably did invent a kind of dynamite, but okay. Back to you, hey, love the show and advice each week. No, they're not useless. They just seem useless because most of us don't like to think about a topic for the equivalent of 20 pages of research. That would be my answer. Though I would not want to write one unless it was to get my doctorate or master's. I have to write a 4-page paper, y'all, and that is long enough for me. So, from Kitty. Kitty, all right, welcome to the show, Kitty. Do you like the country or city better? Great question. Depends on which one. I guess deep down I'm more of a city guy, no, I take that back. I'm more of a country guy instead of a city folk, because the country, you have just enough people in the right amount. You don't have to worry about keeping your neighbors up at night. You can just go for a walk and be alone if you want. Cities, I think, are incredible for how industrial they are, but country all the way. City is nice, but thanks to Amazon, you don't have to live in a city now to get what you want. But Donna says she is a city person. Fascinating. Why, Donna? What makes you like the city compared to the country? I guess it depends too if you're an introvert or an extrovert. I guess I'm like an extrovert who gets tired of being around people. Like, I love everyone. Just sometimes it's like, you just want to watch a movie in peace. I don't know. Catherine says country. Yes, I'm with you. Anna, somewhere in the middle. That's the best answer, probably. I would agree with you there. Thank you guys for the input. Oh, and Donna says she likes the city because there's so much more to do. Yeah, that's true. I could see that. A lot of it for me is imagination, though. Like, I could come up with a bunch of imaginary scenarios and just play in the country and have as much fun as if I was in the city. Okay, hang on. So, Rhonda says you can't see the stars in the city. You cannot. I live in a city right now, and even though it's Texas, the stars at night are big and bright, but they'd be much bigger and brighter if we were in the country. And Andrew says he lives in a city that's in a country. Impressive. Okay, yes, Don, you can see the stars, but I can't enjoy them as much than like when I'm at my aunt's house in Montana. There's like no lights there, and you can just see all the stars and all the constellations. And I'm not even that big into stars, but there's just something far more beautiful about the stars in the country compared to the city. But seeing a city lit up at night, beautiful. And Anina says country, definitely, but maybe closer to a city. True. I don't want to be excluded. I want people to be able to hike to my house or hike from my house to a city, but I don't want to be in a city. Dream house, I know where it is. That's the point. Donna says, come to this auntie's house. Yes, of course. We'd love to. Okay, so from Marie. Ooh, and Anina says the Northern Lights. Yes, I can't wait to see the Northern Lights. Yo, would you go to Alaska for a day? Like, you get a free trip just to see the Northern Lights. I would. I want to go to Alaska and see the Northern Lights. Okay, so from Marie, how are you doing? I'm doing well. Thank you for asking, Marie. Thank you for being on the show. And how is everyone else doing today? Like, I'm back for midterms, so I am pumped, y'all. Kim says, yes, I agree. I don't know what the yes is to, but yeah. Oh, yes, no smog or city lights to dim the light. True. I don't want to be in the smoggy city. Oh, wait. So, from Marie to Joe Biden. How do I destroy the country when Republicans keep trying to stop me? Don't know, Joe. All right. Child of the King. Easter is just around the corner. Hallelujah, he is risen. Do you have any Easter traditions, not Eastern traditions? That's tough. Yes. I mean, usually we'll hide eggs, but now that I'm 22, we aren't. And we live in like the middle of a city. There aren't many places to hide eggs. So we eat. We tend to make a special meal, and that's always nice. What are y'all's Easter traditions for those of you who do that? Oh, and Donna says she's doing great for how are you doing? And Kim says she would go to Alaska for that. Right? Everyone should go to Alaska at least once to realize and reflect on what we have. Andrew, is Easter and East from the same word? Possibly. I haven't looked up the origin of the word. It's etymology. Entomology is bugs, and etymology is words. Right? Okay, good. So, from Animal, the world's leading animalologist. I'm pretty certain that is a real word. Oh, hang on. Before we get to their question, Andrew says you could hide the eggs behind a rock or that other rock. El Paso has a lot of rocks. That's true. It's like El Paso is like northeast Montana, but in the south. And northeast Montana, I like a bit more. But that's because that's where I grew up. Donna asks, how do you keep your positive attitude? Grit and determination. It is very easy to not be happy, but you have to it's a conscious decision. Are you going to be upset about things you can't handle? Is there something you could do to change it? If not, it's not worth your time. And I just focus on what I can. Jesus is also the main reason. Oh, and for Easter, Anina says they go to church and sing in the choir. Was it a morning like this? Ooh, that's a good one. And Kim says they do the cedar meal. Oh, that's right. I do like a good cedar meal. And Donna says she loves it. Yeah, it's great. Okay, So, from Animal, they ask, do you know what the tallest member of the canine family is called? It is the maned wolf. Nice. It can stand at 35 inches at the shoulder and look like a cross between a fox and a giraffe. It's found in South America and is being hunted at an alarming rate because it eats the farmer's chickens. Well, I gotta go. Take care and love the show. I love you being on the show, Animal. Thank you for sharing, world's leading animalologist. Okay. From Child of the King, what is your favorite Easter candy? That's like asking me to pick who my favorite child is. But I can tell you who isn't my favorite child, and it's the Peeps marshmallows. Like, those are fun to eat, but I just can't keep eating them over and over again. Too sugary. I guess I like coconut nests. I'm not sure that that's an Easter thing, because I eat them around other times, but I don't really know. There's too much Easter candy to not eat all of it. And lately I've been eating too much candy, and so I'm trying to get back into my karate workout and get back into shape. We'll see how that works out. What is y'all's favorite Easter candy, though? Because there's a lot. Cadbury eggs. You know what, y'all? I did make a car panini. And that you crack the Cadbury egg open and you dump it throughout the sandwich. And you cover it in Doritos and Vienna sausages. Disgusting. But I would eat it again. Just to say I could. Andrew says he hates candy corn. Not an Easter candy, but gross. And those gross candy necklaces. Yeah, I don't get what's up with the candy necklaces, you guys. Like,
Candy.
it's string. It's like you have to floss, but you're worse for your teeth. I don't get it. Donna says, though, she likes Reese's peanut butter cups. I agree. And Catherine says that my panini sounds gross. Incredibly so. But you gotta eat it like once in your life to say, I did it. And then I didn't feel good afterwards. Ooh, Kim says she likes Cadbury eggs. They are good. It's very sweet, though. And I have a powerful sweet tooth, y'all. So when I say something's sweet, that means it's too sweet for the average person. But I love it anyway. Okay, so from Dr. Captain Smith, welcome to the show. I am looking to make authentic ramen. Do you have any recipes? I do, as a matter of fact. I got it from a YouTube channel, which I wouldn't say it's authentic ramen because every authentic ramen took like 6 hours to make because they like make a bone broth. But for a quick recipe, I just get a packet of ramen noodles and I make an ajitama, which apparently you soak the eggs of the ramen in, which is just soy sauce. You should put sake, but I don't use it. I use water and sugar. And then I make soy sauce, chicken stock powder, ginger, and green onions. And then I add hot water and the noodles. Boom, it's delicious. Oh, Anina says she likes jelly bird eggs. Those I don't think I've had. That sounds fascinating, though. I'd love to try that. Okay, so from Woody a rather. Would you rather come to North Dakota in June or August, and why? Would you rather over-decorate or be a minimalist as far as house decor? That's a tough one. I think I would rather go to North Dakota in June, I think, because that's when it would be warmest, and I wouldn't have to worry about being cold. I would go to North Dakota anytime because I have family living there, but June is when I would prefer to go. And why? Because I don't want to freeze. And then would I rather over-decorate or be a minimalist? Over-decorate. Always better to have more than less. To me. Unless you're going to be moving. So if I'm going to be moving away, I'd rather be a minimalist. But if that's going to be my homestead, I'm going to fill it up with the most random stuff possible. Y'all, like I got... My first piece of furniture I bought is this red recliner. I put all my stuff on it before the stream, so I'm not going to show it yet, but I call him Big Red, and it's just most comfortable thing ever. So I fill it up with random stuff. Oh, and John says he loves the buns Anina makes. Those are phenomenal. One of my favorite parts of vacation is just getting to eat so many buns. But my metabolism's slowing, so I have to watch it. Okay, so from Sally, which musical is better? Ooh. Les Mis or Phantom of the Opera? I prefer Les Mis, but others in my house would rather watch Phantom. We really appreciate your show and your funny insights, Isaac. Thanks for taking the time to answer our question. My pleasure. It really is. Both of those are high caliber musicals. Right off the bat, I would say objectively, Les Mis is better. Rhonda, was the chair named after Cliff? It's actually just a coincidence, but maybe subconsciously, but he is an inspiration. What can I say? But Les Mis is better than Phantom. Objectively, story is more universal, music is great, and the morals I just consider better. Phantom of the Opera really touches my heart, though. I think as it touches most of us, love stories and great music, electric guitar, everything's there. But objectively, Les Mis is better. And just so y'all are aware, that means you can't disagree with me. Phantom of the Opera is in no way better than Les Mis. Les Mis is better objectively. But subjectively, I do like Phantom of the Opera. It's very fun to pretend you're in. I don't know. Also, okay, which one? Kim says she agrees Les Mis is better. Yes, thank you, Kim. Don't get me wrong, though. Like, Phantom of the Opera is one of the few shows that could actually make me cry when I watched it. What the heck? Andrew says, I think we ca. You think you caught what? All right. From Alf, he would say Streets of Fire is better. Yes, he would. He would say Streets of Fire is better. Oh, and Andrew says, I think we can all agree that Sound of Music is the best. Yes, but that wasn't the question. Donna says, my dad always said The Lion King was a great Christian story. Do you agree? Why or why not? I think it's a great story. Why? I mean, it's great. Also, y'all, I'm just going to say it. Black Panther, the movie, is just Lion King told through Marvel's Spectrum. Boom. I watched it and like, man, this is just like The Lion King. And then when you see his dad, sorry, spoiler warning, but it's been a few years. When you see his dad on the plane in both movies, you realize they're exactly the same. Just one's a lion, one's a panther. So The Lion King was a great story. And I think you could attribute a lot of Christian elements to it. I'm not sure it's trying to be a Christian story, but it's a great story. All right, so from Socks, would you prefer socks and sandals or tennis shoes with bare feet? You are asking the tough questions here, Socks. Okay, so I'm wearing socks right now, but I would not want to wear sandals with it. I guess I would go with tennis shoes with bare feet, but make sure you have, like, odor eaters or something put in your shoes so that way your tennis shoes don't stink. Because when I think of sandals, I put flip-flops in the same category. What do y'all do? I mean, yeah, Catherine, both are just wrong. I agree with that. But I would rather wear tennis shoes and bare feet because there's no social taboo against it. It just will wear your shoes out faster. Whereas socks and sandals has been out since before I was born. Kimberly says Beauty and the Beast has the best Christian message. It definitely has a good one. I'd agree with that. Okay, so this one, how would you guys pronounce this name? Goniometer? Oh, wait, Samantha's question. Did I answer it? I thought I did. Where was Samantha? Oh, no, I didn't. I'm sorry. Thank you, Lorraine. I appreciate that. What do you think is better, chocolate chip cookies or brownies? Great question. Depends on who makes them and how they turn out. Gosh. I don't know. I have an audience member. What do you think?
Oh, if you can... The chocolate chip cookie has to be soft enough.
Yeah.
Not a hard chocolate chip cookie. It has to be able to be dunked in milk.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with the brownie.
That's tough. I don't know. I think I like brownies more than that. More than chocolate chip cookies. But that's because brownies I've had less, and I've had tons of chocolate chip cookies. So they're more rare. But yeah, chocolate chip cookies, Kim says, yeah, I agree. And my audience agrees, chocolate chip cookies. I'm the odd one out. Charm says she don't dunk. You gotta dunk once in a while. But yeah, if you dunk for too long, then it falls apart, and then you have like chunky milk that isn't expired somehow. I don't like that. Yes, Anina. Yes, chocolate chip cookie dough brownies. That is the best. I would agree with that. And Lorene says chocolate chip cookies. Yes. Hang on. So how would we pronounce this, guys? Goniometer? Wait, Donna says John says Anina's buns are better than both. True. Fresh baked buns. Ooh, Charm says I just had a brownie today. Ooh, was it a Chick-fil-A brownie? I tried one of those and they were very good. Shouldn't be surprised, but yeah. Okay, hang on. So, okay, I gotta pronounce this name once. Goniometer. What is the best therapy? Speech, occupational, or physical therapy? Don't you dare try to say chiropractors are better. They don't count. Don't you dare tell me don't you dare, because sometimes I will do it just to spite the person who says don't you dare. Andrew says it's pronounced goniometer. Good to know. Okay, so from goniometer, I think speech is the best. I get. What do you want me to say? This applies to like totally different people. Like occupational therapy is great, but a little too broad a scope for me. Physical therapy is great. My brother's does physical therapy, but it takes way too long for the results. I know that's just how it is, but I don't like that. And speech therapy also takes very long. Chiropractors, it's click, click, boom, you're good. So, I don't know, it seems like kind of fast food therapy. Not good for you, but technically gets the job done. Don, I see what you're doing there. Don't you dare say who is your favorite aunt and why. I'll listen to you this time. I will not say who my favorite aunt is. I have too many. Too many favorite aunts. You can't pick it. Although, hang on. I guess worker ants. Those are probably my favorite. Why? Because they work hard. Okay, so... Right, I almost forgot. Guys, it's time for our philosophy phrase of the day. And I'm very excited for this. So, as usual, you guys know the rules. I'm going to give you the quote. You try and guess who it is. After a few seconds, I'm going to give you the picture of who said it. And then I'll finally give you the name. Andrew, you relax, man. I know chiropractors don't keep you fixed. Therapy takes longer, but you keep the results longer. I'm just saying, from my perspective. Okay, so here is our quote. Everyone thinks of changing the world, but no one thinks of changing himself. Or themself in this gender world where you can't assume anyone's gender anymore. I don't know what's up with that. So, who do y'all think said this? It's one of my favorite people. Well, I guess he's a good guy. He's gone, so I mean, okay. Y'all get your answers in. Here's the image. I'll give you a hint. He was a writer. That totally narrows it down for a philosopher. And he was from Russia. That should help narrow it down. Charm says Abe Lincoln. No, good guess. But no, Abe Lincoln did not say that. Andrew says a very smart and self-aware baby thinks of changing himself. I guess he would. But, alright, what's his name? Tell me that. Alright, and the results are, he is Leo Tolstoy, also known as the author of War and Peace. And if you know Seinfeld, you know the original name of War and Peace was actually War. What is it good for? Totally real. Andrew said Joseph Stalin. Vladimir Putin, no. And Donna said Alexander. Good guess. And it wasn't Lenin, Andrew. No, good try. Leo Tolstoy. Good try, you guys. All right, back to the forms. Okay. Next up, we have the big man upstairs. Sorry, 1 second. When the weather is cooler, people complain that it is too cold. When I make the weather warmer, they complain that it's too hot. Why does everyone complain so much? Good question. I think deep down we all want something to complain about. Like when our shoulder hurts slightly, but not really, I think we're more open to complaining about it because it's not serious, but it gives us something to do. I don't know. That's me. Donna said she knew who it was, just couldn't type fast enough. Nope. Hey, it's all right. It's all right. You get next time. And Andrew says they were Russian. Yes, they did write, and they were Russian. Thank you. Okay, moving on. From Help. Hang on, an exclamation point. Y'all might want to lower your volumes. This is from Help! They say, I keep fighting with my sister. No point in complaining when you can't do anything about it. I agree. Yet it's still pretty fun sometimes. I don't know. Okay, so I keep fighting with my sister. Do you have any Bible verses for me to memorize to help with conflict? That's great. Not great that you're fighting. No, good question. The only verse I can think of is blessed is it when brothers dwell together in unity. Just replace the word brothers with brother and sister or siblings. Boom, there you go. And Andrew said, your dad had a shoulder injury. Are you saying his shoulder pain wasn't serious? No, Andrew, I'm not. I'm saying if you have pain, but it's not that bad, we tend to complain about it more than when it's serious because we want to power through it because we want to be tough. But when it's like, oh, I hurt my finger, we're more prone to complain about it when it isn't serious. That's what I'm saying. Okay. Next up, we have even more riddles. What has a copper head, a copper tail, but no body? All right, y'all, you start getting it in. I think I already have the answer. This is a good riddle, though. I like it. A copper head, a copper tail, but no body. I am going to guess and say it's a penny. Catherine says a penny. Charm says a penny. Penny. Yeah, okay. Let's see. I think the next one is the answer. All right, y'all. Here we go. Let's find out if we're right. It was a penny. You clever girl, you. Charm says I beat Kathy. So, guys, this is fun. I like this. Thank you guys so much for all the questions. I love it. Andrew says, or that copperhead snake. No, why would you say that? What do I win, Charm? You win mad points of respect from me. Thank you. So, guys, we're going to get into our second to last session where I talk about me being a conservative in college, just what's going on. It's not necessarily me being controversial, just what's going on. And so first I have a question. I thought the purpose of midterms were to be done before spring break and not after. Because for the majority of my classes, this is the case. But in this semester, my history class is doing our midterm next week. In other words, 2 weeks after the middle of the semester. So it's not a midterm. It's a slightly after the middle term. Is this usual, you guys? I mean, I don't know. Please, someone tell me if when you were in college, your midterms were after spring break instead, and I'll back off. But it just seems strange to me. But while y'all think about that, on another note, I learned this week, and this is fascinating, you guys. There are only 4 types of communicators. Lots of communication, but we tend to communicate in one of 4 ways. Okay, yes. Andrew says, that sounds like a pretty unprepared and probably pretty biased professor. To be blunt, he is incredibly biased. He's the one who says that, like, if you're a Christian, you're basically an idiot. I've kept my mouth shut to be respectful, but we'll see. Okay, so there are really only 4 types of communicators: private style, dominant style, open style, and sociable style. And this week I had to take a quiz and explain how I communicate and what my styles tend to be. And it was so much fun. I tested my family and found out what their results were. And it is helping me so much in how we communicate. So if y'all are interested, there should be a link in the video or in this video below to a form with the questions I answered so you can figure out how you communicate. Catherine, maybe extra time to study. Seems like it would not be helpful, though. Who wants to study on break? I agree. Exactly. And instead, he gave us the midterm review this week. And to be fair, he is being nice because he said if you turn in your midterm review notes to me, you will have a chance to earn 25 extra points, extra credit points on the exam. So you'd have to be dumb not to do that. But he also said it's just going to be a list of terms, but don't just give me definitions. I want you to look up everything and make sure you didn't just Google it. And yet it's also one of the rules in this class that if you use 3 words in a row that aren't yours, you're committing plagiarism. Which seems way too restrictive to me because then you can't say they were George Washington. So you have to find a clunky way to say it or quote them when you say George Washington did, etc. I don't really get it. But okay. So we are going to go to our closing thoughts now, guys. It is 7:30 and next week, Good Friday. Easter is almost here. And y'all, with the questions in here, I just cannot wait to celebrate the resurrection of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. But alas, the sacred day of remembrance, Good Friday, is next Friday. So I will not be streaming next week. I will be resting and trying to honor the day, and I urge you all to do the same. My recommendation to those of you who are old enough is to watch the movie Passion of the Christ. It was the first R-rated movie I saw, and even though I try to watch it once a year, it still consistently makes me reflect and remind me how blessed we are to serve our God. Someone willing to take the punishment to be whipped and to have nails put in him for us, and he didn't have to. So while we reflect on that this week, I am going to ask you please like and share this video with your friends and family, and I will see you all in 2 weeks, same time, same place. And I was requested to say goodbye in German. Goodbye in German. All right.